Um, Hi, my name's Paul. So I'm from the August 2018 Sector-Based Work Academy cohort. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experiences and why I think it was a really good program to come through. Before I started with the cohort, I used to work in retail. I've done 10 years in retail, sort of management level. Got made redundant in July, and through the job centre, I was lucky enough when I went on one of my appointments that the latter saw mentioned the Work Academy, mentioned it was something that job seekers could apply for, and because I had a few people recommend healthcare to me, I thought I'd give it a go. So I came along for the interview day, met sort of Sue, Sally, and a couple of the others. Seemed like a really good thing to go for, and I was lucky enough to be called back for an interview later in that week, and then from that I was offered a placement on the course, which I was really pleased with, because obviously it's what I was aiming for. Start off with a 4-week college course, which for me, as somebody who'd never worked in healthcare, was really valuable. And I'm finding even now that pretty much everything I've learned, you still use, you still refer back to. So it's important. It's as important a part of the experience as doing the placement. You get as much out of it as you do out of the placement. Excuse me. My training at Salford Royal, I ended up volunteering on C2, which is one of the neuro wards. I asked for that because I was quite interested in kind of people who were dealing with those kinds of injuries and sort of helping them. It was a very intense experience. It was really interesting, but I was kind of, I think because of the support worker I was paired with, I was pretty much thrown in at the deep end on my first day. But that, for me, that was good, and I'd much rather it was that way. Found it really interesting. The staff there, and I think this is the same for everybody who's been on the course. Staff are really keen to kind of teach you as much as they can, help you out as much as they can. I'm not going to lie, 2 days a week, you do have to kind of put your time and your effort in. You need to be dedicated to the program. But I think I and sort of the other girls who've come through are kind of evidence that you do get back that. I am now a permanent employee on the Pendleton Suite, which is L7 and L8 in the Hope Building, sorry, in the Ladywell Building. I got that job because I put the effort in during my placement and sort of the skills I'd learned, which helped me with my track applications, and then help from Sally and Sarah as well, who kind of taught me through the process. That's really valuable. You need to kind of use them as much as you can. They're a really brilliant resource whilst you're on your placement for helping you with your applications. Because of that, off the back of that, I actually ended up with 4 job offers, I think, in the end, and was lucky enough to be able to pick the one that I actually wanted most, that I thought I'd get the most out of. Best thing about the placement, I think, was kind of meeting people, having those contacts in the hospital. I still see the staff that I used to be on placement with, and I do a bit of banking back over on the neuro wards as well. So I do a bit of overtime over there occasionally just to help out, and so it's nice to have those contacts. I'd say the worst thing, if I had to pick anything, was probably just that initially, certainly on my placement, it was a little frustrating that I couldn't do more. But obviously, certainly at the start, you've got to be paired up with someone. You do need to kind of listen to what people are saying. You've got to abide by the rules, and there are certain things you can't do as a volunteer. So you've just got to accept that. Those are things that you can look forward to doing when you've got your permanent position. So yeah, if I was going to give anybody advice for working, for sort of coming through the Sector-Based Work Academy, it would be just to, when you're in college, listen to your tutors, get as much out of that as you can. If you're lucky enough, like me, to have other people on the course who've had previous care experience, talk to them. Again, find out as much as you can. And then once you're on placement, just talk to people, ask questions, offer to help as much as you can. Anything that you can get involved in, get involved. It's all valuable experience that you can put on your track application. Hopefully you'll be in the lucky position I was, where I had too much information and I had to keep editing it every time, which was irritating, but at the same time it was good because it meant I had plenty of information. And just enjoy it. It's a really good experience. It's a good thing to come through, and if you put the time and the effort in, you're pretty much guaranteed a job at the end of it.